You know, Mandela, there is something we must learn from Mandela. Mandela had a lot to say about many things, but he respected us as leadership of the ANC and respected the leadership of the ANC. And he had a lot of criticism that he could make. And Mandela just stayed there. And sometimes I thought that, and we invited him to meetings, he would not come, not because he did not want to, because he was going down about this thing. President Mbeki, he never left like Mandela, but he did a lot for our organization. President Mbeki and his collective. And when you talk about Mbeki era, with your eyes closed, you can point at success stories. One of them, if you forget many, is Mbeki leading us on the question of African Renaissance, on NEPAD. The things we talk about today, Mbeki saw it then that Africa can only rely on its own mineral resources to be respected in the world. And there are basic projects that Mbeki started, UNGA in DRC. And Mbeki's era dealt with the issue of conflict in the African continent. Now, today, we see coup d'etats. But they are unstoppable. Why there will be no coup d'etat in Cameroon when that old man Boya or whoever is standing? Tell me why there will be no coup tomorrow there. Some brigadier with short trousers is going to take over there very, very soon. I'm telling you. Under Mbeki, we had won this thing. Mbeki said, in the century we are going to is the African century, and the youth must rebel, among others, against dictatorship. And the youth rebelled. Egypt there, Spring Revolution, we brought those dictators down. Mbeki, African Renaissance. Today, coup d'etats are coming back. You must tell me, Museveni is our good friend, but he's been a president for a long time. Mugabe had to be removed by a coup d'etat. Not a coup d'etat. Coup d'etat mixed. Whatever. He had to he nearly died in that position. But we were reserved because we don't want to interfere. These are our comrades. Because they don't interfere in our politics. Zimbabweans have never told us who they like in South Africa, who they don't. So who are we to go to Zimbabwe and tell them that Mugabe must retire? Besiyenza, but don't you think this is the right time? But for you who were there, remember they attacked Mbeki about quiet diplomacy. You remember? And I remember Vavi also attacked me and said that I'm a schoolboy when I said that they are turning left, indicating right. A big article, you must Google it, not just about Dubai trip on, Google it. Google that, but defending the revolution in Zimbabwe. And that's what we did there under Mbeki. It's Mbeki who gave us those politics, why it was important. And it is Mbeki who opened us up to the truth that there is what is called a regime change agenda. And there is regime change. But we ourselves are plowing seeds of regime change to thrive. Here in South Africa, regime change will thrive if we don't implement renewal. Now, Mbeki, as our former president, the truth be told, in our leadership and his generation have led from the front, from a difficult period of transition When they arrived in the Union building, they found desks without paper and no knowledge transfer. And they had to run government. And then when they got there, this apartheid left us with a huge debt. But they implemented gear. As much as there was a debate around that, but that is the reality. That's Thabo Mbeki. Thabo Mbeki was removed. Not removed. We went to a conference and he lost. I was an engineer, a big one, in that conference of 2007. But I can tell you now for free that as a Youth League president and the Youth League, it was never personal. Unlike others who transformed it to be anti-Mbeki, we were never personal, we were against third term. And that is what we're against. Now, eventually, Mbeki was removed. And Mbeki left as a president of the ANC. He left. He was not corrupt. He was just removed nicely. He left. He never rebelled. He never fought against it. As a president of the country, he packed his bags and left. Mandela, Thabo Mbeki. And then we came to Zuma. Yeah, Uzuma, we started nicely in Polokwane. Zajika izinto. And then we then had all sorts of things that you don't want to imagine and think about, which actually happened. And Uzuma, you can point at things like I have pointed at Mbeki in terms of his collective. You will find it difficult. Positives are outweighed by the negatives. Under that administration, the ANC managed to address the issue of HIV and AIDS in a big way under Zuma. But from there, everything else was ravished. Life expectancy increased. And I know now I must take this thing out because Zuma people switch it off.